The next thing is that the filters. So these filters, guys, these filters are also there. Again, I mean, these are there, but I haven't used them much. But you can, like, for example, any visual you can create. So let's create the table, for example, here. So our table here, and let's say we have the country, the category, and we have the sales here. For example, I put here the category in the sales. You can see here. And now what I want, so I'll just use the bold header theme and the value. So now, because it's a filter, right? So if it is a filter, then here, let's create one more, which is, let's say, bar chart. And let's have the items here and the sales here. Okay, yeah, maybe this one is nice. We can try this. There's so many items here. Now see, this is all sorted, right? You can always sort the data from here. You know that, isn't it? So now, what if I want to put some filters on this without the slicer, I mean to say, which my user can't see. See, slicer is not a filter, basically. I mean, it tells you it filters the data, but only on temporary basis. So if you see here that on this filter page, we have here the fields which we have added, item and the sales. I'm talking about this. I'm right now I've selected this, the visual. So if you see here that I can filter the data based on the items and based on the sales also, right? And if I want to bring any other field, I can add the data also here, and I can filter that. For example, I want to filter based on cost. A cost should be more than, let's say, $100. So the graph will change. Right now, let's go here. I'm going to click here. So this is the basic filtering part. I mean, if I click here, you will see these options. I want to show only these options, let's say, for example. Isn't it? So this is also fine. Correct? So one is this filter you can do. This is the basic filtering, right? If you go and click on this, you have the advanced filtering also. You have the top end also. So in the advanced filtering, you have those Excel filters: contains, does not contain, start with. Like, for example, let's say I want to see the product is starts with what? Let's say C, for example, C, and at the same time it ends with something else that I don't know. But I mean, you can use those options and or, right? I simply say that I want to see that start with C. Please click on this apply filter. When you click on this, this is how the filter comes, right? So once you have applied the filter, they are there. They will not change unless the user will go and, click on these options. And again, if you see here also we have the show or hide the filter came from the report headers. This we will talk then on that particular part, cloud service. So right now this is okay, and let's clear the filter. Right now we are back to the same page. So advanced filtering, you understand now, right? It's not a normal click. I mean, you can use those options: contains, does not contain, all that. And for numbers, it's not going to be available. For numbers, the filter will be different, because on numbers you can't say contain, isn't it? Top end, somebody asked me this also one day, and I said that yes, we are covering that top end. So in the top end also, top end when you have. So I want to see top 6 items, right? I want to see top 6 items. So now you see I clicked on the top 6, correct? Now apply filter is not activated. So how I'm going to apply this? Are you getting my point? Right? How I'm going to apply this? Top 6 I want, top 5 I want. But based on what? I have to add the data here. So I want to see the top sales items. Top items based on the sales. So I will put the sales here. I put the sales here. You can put cost also. Cost is not, it's not using the cost here, but you can put, and only those items will be shown, right? So once this is done, you see apply filter. Now we have the apply filter. So we'll apply the filter here, right? If you want to change this field, you can simply go and remove this field also. And you can bring some other field also, like item sheet or something else. It's up to you. And before you ask me, so what about bottom? You can choose this bottom as apply the filter. You see that? Now the bottom. So these are the bottom ones. Make sure people know that this is the bottom one, because they will not come and, open the filter grid here to see that. You can always put the title here, sales by item means the bottom 5 items. Okay. So I mean, in this way, let me remove all this, just clear this. Let's just clear this filter and yeah, fine. So this is the by default. Okay. So we have the 3 different levels, top, bottom, and then advanced filtering and the basic filtering. And please understand, this is not just for one, item. This, you can use the same also. I can see that. So tell me wherever the sales is less than or greater than, isn't it? Now here you don't expect contain or does starts with something because these are the numbers. So I can have this also. Like I want to see that something which is let's say less than, so our number actually is 20K, right? So I want to see something which is less than, let's say 10,000, and then here should be greater than let's say 3,000. Apply the filter, and you see I have the data here. Okay, so we can have the filters in this way also. Okay, now please one more thing before we wrap up this filter topic. You see, so let me come back here. You see, so whenever you have this visual or any visual on it, okay, if you have noticed, when I go to the filter pane, the fields which you have added in your the visual, by default they will appear here, fine, and they should be. Otherwise, how will you filter, right? And once we change that the level of the filter from basic to, let's say, top end, then you are allowed to bring the other fields also based on like what top end means. It's a number, top or bottom. So based on which field, right? That is okay. Now, if you are noticing one more thing, that this is all the filter on this visual, right? So here we have all these options, data field and all that, right? There's one more option which is filter on this page. Filter on this visual, filter on this page, filter on all pages. This is something you do. It means that anything I go and drag and drop here, that will be applied to all the visuals here on this page, every visual, right? So maybe like, for example, you have created something and there is there is country which you do not want to include in the visuals, not even in the slices, right? So you can use this for that particular country. Or maybe let's say if there is some category which is black, you can write here, it should not be black, isn't it? So that applies to all the visuals. Right now, let's say, for example, what I will do, I will simply say that I want the country, I want the country here, okay, on this page. Or even, you can put anything. Country is there. Now in the country, I'm choosing the basic filtering and choose the advanced filtering as well. My plan is very simple, that I do not select all. I do not want to, let's include India, and I do not want to include New Zealand because right now the numbers seems to be incorrect. We don't want to. So the moment I click on this, you see both the visuals have change in their numbers because you have put this filter on this page. If you want to put this filter on all the pages, so on all 4 of the reports, your filter will be applied. Okay, so you can go and give it a try, but I haven't used the filter on all the pages. Okay, so this is all about the filter.